A short demo for XIFI showcase. We will show you how to use generic enablers that were developed in FiWare and the XIFI infrastructure to build up a small use case, which is the thing that normally happens. That the use case project uses generic enablers to easily develop smart city or e-health scenarios. So, and this is what we will show you today. And we put it in a small e-health scenario when there's a doctor that gets an emergency call and moves to the place of the accident. And during the movement, he's always connected to the patient while he changes the device or the networks he's moving through. So, and that's what we will show you here. So first, you have to imagine that from now on I'm a medical doctor. And for that, I put on the clothes to make it more easier for you to believe that I'm a medical doctor. So now you imagine I'm a medical doctor, and I'm sitting on my PC at the office, doing some things that I usually do when I'm on service, on duty. So nothing happens, and I'm writing prescriptions, visiting the nurse, drinking a whiskey, whatever I could do. And then maybe an emergency call will arrive. Wait, yeah, there it comes. And I accept it, and I'm connected. Hello, my name is Dr. House. Oh. You have a knife in your chest. That's a pity. So stay calm. I will come to you immediately. Put your legs in an upper position, and I will come to you. So what happens now is I stand up from my office, and I take my mobile device. And as I take my mobile device, I will put the screen for the mobile device on this big screen. The call will be transferred to the mobile device. And then I accept it. So there has no interaction on the patient side. It's just transferred to the mobile device. And now, as I move on, I'm currently still in the Wi-Fi environment, and now I move on to my car, and I'm accessing the cellular network. And so the call will be transferred to the LTE environment. Currently, you can see here still that we are in the WLAN, and in a few seconds the LTE connection is built up. And during the handover between the two access technologies, you see all the time the connection to the patient. So there's no interruption, and you see him all the time moving. So you can really stay in contact with the patient during the whole movement. And here you can see now we are connected via LTE. So there has been no interruption, and everything worked fine. So now we show you how we built that. So with our environment. Usually, what you have to do if you want to build such a showcase, you have the idea and you wonder which generic enablers you could use. You could go to the catalog. It's built by FiWare. And there you find the description of all the generic enablers that are available, and you can choose which one you want to use.
What is FiWare?
FiWare is an FI-PPP project which is funded by the European Commission. And for this showcase, we decided to rely on the following generic enablers: the S3C generic enabler, which we have which we use to control the mobile network that we have. The Orion context broker to know when to change to a certain other environment. So the context broker stores different contexts, and you can subscribe to them. And the location generic enabler to know where the patient is, so you can the doctor knows how to move to him. And we implemented one specific enabler, which is the WebRTC specific enabler, that we use to handover between the call between different devices. So this also relies on one component of the S3C. And show you. The S3C has many components. It provides access to the open EPC that we run in our testbed. And with this EPC, we can control different networks like Wi-Fi, 2G, 3G, 4G, and can make handovers very easily between these environments. And we have the network identity manager. This is used for combining different identities from one user. So the user has many device identities, and these are connected to one user identity. So we can easily then use that with the WebRTC specific enabler to hand over between different devices of the same user. The Orion context broker is just this publish-subscribe broker, so we use that for finding out when to change a certain context, or when a context changes and change the network or the device depending on the context. So we have the context, doctor is sitting on his PC, then he stands up and moves to his mobile device, takes it. And this context broker can be fed by any sensor. It doesn't matter. It could be a light barrier or a motion detector or even the VLAN thickness strength to change the context. We use a knowledge adaptive YEL sensor, which we call Kai sensor. Kai is sitting here, and he's just watching what I'm doing, and then he pushes simply a button to change the context in the context broker. And we have the WebRTC specific enabler. So the IDs are in an open IMS environment that we included in our testbed. And so we connect multiple device IDs to one user ID and perform the handovers. The location enabler that I just mentioned, we did not include it yet in this part of the showcase. It will be included later. There are also within Fiverr several possibilities to enable the detection of the location of the patient. This will be done in a later stage. So why to use XIFI? XIFI will be the possibility to more easily access the generic enabler. You will be able to go to portal and say, okay, I need that and this generic enabler on this node, and then you just provide it with a virtual machine on it, and you don't need to install it on your own, you don't need to administer it, and you have a high availability of the generic enablers, or it's of the virtual machines, and just use them. So it's much more easier for you to get them. One more. So this is the architecture, how we build it, the showcase today. The German node is a specific node of XIFI, because we have, besides the data center that is on the Fraunhofer side, we had on our side, on the Telecom Innovation Laboratory side, the mobile test bed. This means that we have a mobile environment where which we can control through an EPC. And in order to show this here at that place, so the patient is actually at the Winterfeldstraße, which is about 2 kilometers from here, and here is the doctor, and we connected the access devices or access point, like the Wi-Fi access point and the LTE access point via a VPN connection to our control unit, which is also at the Winterfeldstraße. So we can quite do some. We provided some mobility to this testbed without having everybody to move to Winterfeldstraße to show what you just saw. So this is basically it. Any questions?